It's Friday night, you know what that means? This is Top Rope Tokes, and we are here to discuss AEW Royal.
Rampage. Royal Rampage.
Which, on the plus side, being there and it being a very short episode of Rampage with only 3 matches, 2 of them being very predictable, and us not having really needing to discuss what happened after the show because there's already a video on our page of it, this is going to be relatively quick. So, first, Royal Rampage. We'll start off because it was after Blood and Guts. 2 rings. Royal Rampage is kind of like the old World War III situation with WCW. You had
Yeah,
20 participants enter, but they had to go in alternating rings. So they couldn't fight each other. Like the last person from this ring and the last person for this ring would then fight.
yeah.
And
So we saw a lot of tag teams come out one after the other, so they'd be in opposite rings, which I
mhm.
thought was pretty cool. So we don't have anybody teaming up in this match.
Also took away the curiosity about what would happen with Swerve and Keith Lee.
Yeah, yeah, we didn't. I was just happy that I got to see both of them. And goddamn, Keith Lee is a fucking mountain.
Speaking of, just a quick stop because there was something else that someone else we got to see in this match. We saw big boys, like Luchasaurus on Dynamite. Big guy. Big guy. Okay. Will Hobbs and some of his turtlenecks and stuff haven't seemed like he was that big, but the dude,
Powerhouse.
like, yeah,
He's
you know
he's
he's
a
big.
powerhouse.
Like, you know he's big, but in person, like, we know Preston Vance, 10, is a big boy. Powerhouse Hobbs looked almost twice as thick as 10.
Yeah. Well, because when I saw 10, I was like, man, 10 doesn't actually look that massive in person. But Powerhouse Hobbs, holy smoke, that dude is massive.
So where Keith Lee's belly is at his widest point, that's probably the size of Hobbs
Yeah, like
at
his
his like pecs
shoulders are
and
just
shoulders. Yeah, huge.
he got
Um,
actually a pretty big pop too.
all I know is
A lot of people like Powerhouse.
I unfortunately missed when I saw when he got eliminated, but I missed when Ricky got eliminated and Hangman because they were practically back to back. Because I was kind of
Yeah,
busy off because we were right by where the wrestlers would exit to the side of the stage. So
yeah.
every time before they walk in the curtain, you'd be sitting there interacting with them, try to get results. Matt Hardy acted like he was just so pissed off about the match results. So as everybody's going delete, delete, delete towards him, he just kind of
Mhm.
sneers, and then as he gets to the curtain, he just looks up and gives like one angry delete, and then goes behind the curtain. Orange Cassidy was just walking after he got eliminated. He looks up to the crowds. He goes, sticks his arms out real first, turns his wrists. Got a big pop from everyone. So I was enjoying some of the interaction with the people over on the side.
Yeah, that was part of a lot of the fun to me was just getting to actually interact with some of the wrestlers as they come out of like as they're and a lot of them are like, I got to keep my character going here, but I love that people are talking to me. Like Matt Hardy had to keep on acting like he was upset, but he threw out one delete just because we were all chanting delete at him.
Just to talk about people out of character, and even though it was in the previous show with Dynamite, after Blood and Guts ended, Ortiz on top of the cage. He's just up there swinging his hips round and round and round.
I
Got a good.
feel like doesn't he do that though?
It was he might do it a little bit. It's just so different from the character I was initially used to him. Because
Yeah,
at
because yeah,
first
his
I was used
because
to
I've seen
crazy
him.
him.
Yeah, because yeah, I was gonna say I've seen him do some like when he's solo, he does some more goofy type things, and I thought that's what he was doing. Or oh yeah, that thing. But yeah, I was like, Cheese does some goofy stuff. He's just kind of right now his character is a little bit more serious, but
Um,
you can see the fun coming out of him.
So back to Royal Rampage though, one person who really did get a good reaction throughout the match, and it was because of what he was doing in ring, not his personality or anything, but just literally putting on a wrestling clinic in the ring.
Oh,
Konosuke Takeshita.
Konosuke Takeshita was incredible.
Fans were upset when he got eliminated. He exited through the crowd, and he got like a golf clap kind of situation as he left. A very respectable as he left kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that dude's amazing. He's as fast as the smallest guys on the roster, and he's big and strong. Like
he's kind of
he
like a Japanese Claudio right now. And that's without knowing a super ton about him. Claudio
mhm.
can move, skinny, can move, but he's also strong as hell.
Yep. Yeah, I love seeing that guy out there. So that was cool to get to see him. We got to see him like half the roster just because of this Royal Rumble thing here. Like I mentioned earlier, John Silver, he got a massive pop from the crowd. He might have gotten like other than Danhausen, Orange Cassidy, and FTR, he probably got the biggest pop of the night.
Um, just to touch on, I'm gonna hit one first. Roosh in ring debut on AEW TV. Assuming he
Roosh is
hasn't
in
been on
the
YouTube, but that's the first time we saw him in ring. But as far as John Silver goes, there was a fun spot where Hangman pretends like he was like they have a face to face and they go to kind of like hug, and then Hangman goes to throw Silver out but stops at the last minute, and they kind of do the you got me kind of thing.
ah
Silver goes to do it
yeah,
back, and Silver gets closer to eliminating Hangman, and they do it again. So that was kind of fun. Um,
yeah.
I don't remember any other massive spots I really enjoyed from this match up until the end, which I am very curious. We are recording this before Rampage actually airs. It is 7:30 because of the fact that we were there, and that way I could just upload and get everything out. And somebody
Mhm.
has very important, not getting married plans, but somebody else is getting married plans. Um, the end.
The end of this match.
Darby Allin, not surprising considering how popular he was and everything else, um, was one of the final two. How surprised were you by the other final member?
I was well, so I was very surprised that Brody King was the other final participant in this match.
Also, the
Because
only House of Black member in the match or on the card at
yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah, only House of Black member, and goddamn man, that looked brutal. Because
Now, he
I
powered
don't have a
somebody over the
whole
rope to the outside. I remember he did it to the outside, the power bomb spot to the outside to somebody in the
okay,
match.
yeah, he sure did.
But the ending.
But the ending is I didn't catch. I I don't remember too much of the in between of the match, just because so many people. We had just got done screaming for an hour and a half because of blood and guts. But man, that ending was crazy when Brody King is just dangling Darby over the ropes in a sleeper hold, and he just like Darby goes out
Mhm. So
and he just drops him, and Darby
Dar-
just drops flat.
Darby managed to get Brody over the top rope onto the ring apron. So he was then like running at him, trying to do whatever he could, but he wasn't knocking him off. And at one point, Brody just reaches over the ropes into the ring, grabs Darby by like his head and neck, pulls him over the top rope in like a sleeper chokehold. He's standing on the ring apron. Darby's feet are just dangling, and he holds him in like a sleeper for probably like another 5 seconds, and then just drops his ass and wins the match. I'm
Yeah,
assuming it's going to
yo,
be a hell of a view on TV because I could see it being a great cinematic shot. We were
yeah.
just on the
Uh,
completely
So
wrong
we were
side to see
behind
it.
it. Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely going to be a big spot on TV because that looked brutal from behind.
Brutal from behind.
See?
um, so one thing I do want to say to anyone that actually catches this, if you think the crowd was terrible for Rampage, I understand you saying that, but let's preface this. We had an hour of blood and guts, 10
Yeah.
Dynamite. There was, because of the way they tore up the fucking ring, it was about 10:35, 10:40 when we got to start Rampage. Then you started off with the Royal Rampage match. So in over 2 hours of time, we had about a 35-minute break and two matches. And Dynamite was so great, a lot of us expended a lot of energy. It was time to sit down and just enjoy the show.
Yeah. I had already lost my voice before the end, like before the end of what was the name of that match again?
The Royal
The
Rampager?
Royal, the Royal Rampager. Yeah, yeah. Like by the end of that match, my voice was completely gone. I wasn't screaming anymore. Best I could do was clap.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah,
Um, After that, we got the Young Bucks versus. I'm sorry, we
it
were
was
live. I couldn't write it down. I didn't do any of that stuff. But it was a
yeah.
tag team from New Japan, and I don't remember the names.
Let's say was it
He's on it.
Godo? Uh,
I can easily get it within a matter of seconds. Hold on. It was Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi.
yeah, there we go. I knew Godo was one of them.
Um, was Goto the one with the undercut and the dark hair?
Yeah,
The dude looks like a Japanese Danny Trejo.
yeah, yeah. He's a cool looking character. Like him. Gosh, but man, like he was saying, all our energy was spent before this match. It was a solid match, though. When you get New Japan folks in there, you know you're going to get solid wrestling most of the time,
With a little bit
except
of
for when it's
character
fucking
work.
Great Khan.
With some character work, because they had those fun spots when they would have the guy keeled over and they would just do the da 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 thing to him.
Yeah,
Um, Spots from the Bucks, they did their best to try and have fun with the two rings. Like later on in the match, they went for the Meltzer driver, and as opposed to the normal springboard way, Nick actually went on the first set of ropes, jumped to the second set of ropes, and then jumped. Which I was actually kind of curious about Royal Rampage with Dante Martin to see if he would do anything crazy. Um,
yeah.
but
He didn't get to do anything.
yeah. This match was basically one of your standard AEW matches in which you know who's going to win. It's just you're going to put on a good show. They just won the
Yeah,
tag team titles. They're facing
yeah,
not any of their massive challengers. People know, but
yeah.
it's not FTR. It's not any kind of huge feud where you could see titles changing hands or I would have been I didn't see any kind of surprise victory or anything happening here. That would have made sense more like a month ago if the Bucks were champion to kind of build for Forbidden Door, but with Forbidden Door already done, I don't see that happening.
Not a chance. Yeah, yeah. We get the Bucks win on the BTE trigger.
No, didn't they do? They did the BT trigger, then they threw the one guy to the opposite side of the ring, then hit the Meltzer driver for the win. I thought
Was it the Meltzer? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was BTE trigger then Meltzer driver. Sorry. Yeah,
because I remember going like, oh wait, they didn't just go to pin the dude, and then Nick went to do the double jump.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Now here comes my biggest disappointment with the whole night. The whole night going into
Rampage main event.
no, it was the okay, so that
Was
yeah
it the main event?
yeah, but I specifically meant was when they were doing the promo before. Okay, Tony actually showed a little bit of emotion on the screen, a little bit. But I was disappointed that I did not hear the person immediately to my left go along with Mark Henry's phrase.
Yeah. Well, it was time for the main event, and I was tired. Okay.
It was a main
I
event I
was
also
tired.
really didn't want.
That too, because Nyla Rose is dope. Like I like Nyla Rose a lot, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not big on Tony Storm. I feel like people like her because she's got that like traditional blonde white girl look.
With some punk to it, but also
Yeah,
Marina. We gotta say Marina Shafir was with Nyla Rose. She did play into the match a number of times, but at the same time, none of it looked good. I don't remember exactly how it all happened, but Tony won.
yeah. Tony won. I was almost like I was about to pee my pants already, so I was not paying that much attention during this match. I was just thinking about how I needed to go to the bathroom, but I didn't feel like getting up before the match was over.
Because I don't remember her fitting her normal traditional finishing move, like where she does like the pull back power driver thing. It was something different. I don't remember. Was it? I think it was like that spike DDT,
Yeah, it was a DDT.
where she like put her legs all the way up in the air and then swung back down and spiked her. I'll take it from here because as soon as that final bell rang, somebody was off
Yeah,
to the
as
races.
soon as that bell rang, I was off to the restroom because I had to go before blood and guts. And
So,
somehow managed to hold it for an extra hour, like 2 hours.
hmm,
So I had to run. But I do want to mention here as well that match, so many people left. How are they going to avoid showing that on television? How many people left in the middle of that match? Because that place was empty before that match was over.
yeah, by probably the last 5 minutes of Rampage, probably half the arena was about gone. Um, Now after the match ended, the heel thing happened. Marina, Nyla start to attack. You get Thunder Rosa's music hit. She runs down to the ring, makes the save, and that's pretty much the end of the show. The things that happened after the show was much more fun than that match, and it wasn't even meaningful. But you can see that in a completely different video. It already has like 200 plus views on our page. It's about six
Check it
minutes.
out.
Have fun and enjoy it. In the meantime, there's also shorts that you can see a bunch of different things. And over the course of this holiday weekend, I will continue to try to pick and choose a couple more shorts and different things to add to keep the content flowing. Some things for y'all to check out. Um, in the description of this video and the Dynamite video, sorry, it's weird calling it Dynamite when it was Blood and Guts.
Yeah, blood and guts was all it was about. Blood and guts.
But you'll see going into those are, well, I'd say our Twitters, but I actually use it, him not so much. Um, but our Discord, where you have us covering the AEW side of things, and you have some other group of people that are there for the WWE side of things, and we're working on a 2K universe to kind of build up the community aspect. So you're going to see a bunch of information in there, and we want to know. I know we found a bunch of people that we know that were also at the event. We want to share in your excitement of when do you go to events? Are you going to have fun? What happened? We just want to talk wrestling with everybody, specifically AEW. Us, specifically
Yeah,
AEW.
yeah. We can talk about other stuff, but I don't know anything about it. Just give me that AEW. AEW, AEW, AEW.
That's one thing that we didn't really have so much of. We didn't really
Yeah,
have too many of this is awesome or AEW chants. We got like the holy shit chants for Blood and Guts, but we didn't. Everything was pretty much focused. Oh, There was one chant I wanted throughout the night. This is the wrong show for us to talk about it, but I'm going to mention it anyway because we've already talked about being there more than enough. I wanted a Daddy Magic chant. I
He
heard
wanted
one
it real bad.
I heard one starting, and it was getting so close to really becoming a thing where I was like, oh, it's happening, and it was getting ready, and then some major spot in Blood and Guts happened, got a bigger crowd reaction, and just killed the chant.
Yeah, it's too bad you didn't get to cheer for your favorite sports entertainer.
It's all right. I don't know if Tony Khan and everybody was pumping up,
Sports
blowing smoke up her ass,
entertainment.
talk about wanting to come back to Detroit, but I do know we already got Battle of the Belts back in Michigan coming soon, and people are trying to push for us to get a pay-per-view. We had, from everything I've seen across the board in reviews, people said this Blood and Guts was better than the first one, is what I've seen mostly out there. And then secondly, I've only heard positive things about the crowd for Dynamite
It's
slash
I was
Blood
gonna
and
say
Guts.
Rampage. It's bad.
Keep in mind, we had a set of matches and things that most people that go and see Dynamite and Rampage don't have. They get maybe like one 20-minute match at the end of Rampage, and you don't have to do as much crazy things to set up, or sorry, Dynamite, and you don't have to do as much to set up for Rampage.
Yeah,
They have the advantage. If you watch Rampage with the perspective of we just watched an hour of Blood and Guts, had like 40 minutes in between, and then we had the Long Royal Rampage match, it makes a lot more sense that it was at that point already quarter after 11 at night. By the time that you get through the Royal Rampage, we were tired. The matches got long. Possibly not the best set of things to do back to back,
yeah,
but it is what it is. I very much enjoyed it. It's just I also understand that our crowd may not be looking good when it gets to
yeah,
Ramp.
yeah. When you get to Rampage, it's not gonna look that great. But yeah, give us some credit because I know you all watched Dynamite, and if you didn't, I think I mean we're probably biased, but I think we definitely had one of the loudest crowds I've ever seen on Dynamite. I did watch Dynamite on TV afterwards, and I think we definitely did have one of the louder crowds that AEW's had outside of pay-per-view.
And we're excluding things like CM Punk's best or worst kept secret return because that's Chicago. That was specifically for him. We're talking whole show of Dynamite. We were
Yeah,
great.
amazing shows. Wish I wasn't half asleep for Rampage.
Oh yeah. It didn't help that we got
Yeah.
lost finding the vehicle after.
Oh
Anyway,
gosh.
check the
Yeah,
descriptions in the below. Get all the information. Follow along with us. Join the Discord. Come talk wrestling with us. That is our Rampage review. This man's got things to do. I got 2 videos to edit since we just knocked them out both at once. But lots of content are coming your way because we'll have the Rampage and Dynamite reviews going up tonight. And I'll have one more video probably Sunday or Monday going up, kind of just encapsulating a lot of the footage that we took throughout the night. The only thing that I kind of wish we did different was throw a little bit of us in the footage. But at the same time, I'll tell you this much. I worked before, went right to his house, got to charge my phone for like 15 minutes, and we left. If I did much more recording, my phone was not going to survive. We barely survived the night ourselves.
that's for sure.
Right. Have your, Everyone that's about to watch Rampage soon, have yourselves a good night. Enjoy the holiday weekend, and we hope to see you in Discord. Good night.
Peace out, everybody.